I'm Nigel Snoad. I was actually a speaker at the Crisis Response 2.0 session we've just had now.
I'm Oliver Hall. I work for the United Nations Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs, and I was on the same panel as Nigel.
So we're here today talking about MDGs, and a lot of people think it's unrealistic that we're going to reach those goals in the next 5 years. What do you both think about that?
I think goals have two purposes. So one of which is some of the goals are going to be reached, right, for one. The second thing is that goals are also aspirational. They force effort and focus. They force you to think about what to do next. They do a lot more than just merely act as numerical targets. And that's one but not the only reason for making sure that they stay relevant.
I tend to agree with what Nigel has said. We have to have something to aim for. The Millennium Development Goals were conceived in 2000. It's now 2010. We have 5 years to go. I think we have to see what we can do. Fine, goals are goals. Let's see where we can get to. But let's not stop before 2015, and hopefully not after 2015.
I think what's really important is the learning experience around a review that says, okay, how are we doing? Why are or aren't we doing well? And what does that mean for changing our focus, what we're doing, how we're doing it, even how we're measuring it, right? Because you don't just say, oh, here's my goal, I didn't reach it, see you later, goodbye, party over, right? It's actually about continuous learning, it's about process, it's about all that stuff. So if we're actually bothering to sit down and think about what it means and how to do things differently to make a change, all for it. If we're just saying it's a tick box, that means nothing. It's the former, not the latter.
And obviously each Millennium Development Goal is very important, but if you could just, pick one that you would definitely want to see, reached by 2015, do each of you have one?
I think a lot flows from the poverty goal, because the money is an enabler for all kinds of things. You see that it's just a leading indicator for everything else flowing behind it. I'm particularly invested in the HIV/AIDS malaria one because I used to work at UNICEF on that exact issue, and so I think it's got an enormous amount of focus and money.
Will be starting in 10 minutes.
Yep.
10 minutes.
Enormous amount of focus and money because of the Gates Foundation and the Global Fund and everything else. They've got their own challenges, but I'd love to see. I don't understand enough about why things are working well or not now, because I think it's still a big open challenge.
I think if I can take two goals, and they flow very much from what Nigel's been talking about, it's child mortality and maternal health. Simply because children, if we're investing in the future, we need to make sure that...
They're actually the ones we're doing worst at, so it matters most to focus on actually those ones and why.